everybody, this is William in southwestern Virginia again, and we are getting ready to make a sweat lodge, and we needed some material for it, and I've been wanting to clear out the waterfall area at the top for a while, and so I did, kill two birds with one stone, and came in and took out all the small saplings that were here, and we're going to use those for our sweat lodge. And now the area is a little bit clearer, and I can get in here and see what I'm doing, and see what else I need to do to make this sort of a nice little recreational spot. Something I noticed when I was clearing out up here is we've got a little hornet's nest starting up. I'm going to leave this guy here, and this is completely off subject with sweat lodges or recreational spots, but being as that I know that this guy is here, and nobody else really knows this guy is here, that may become really useful to me as a trap of sorts. Nobody likes to get stung by bees, so if I come trucking through here and somebody's after me or after something else, it's a really good spot to just smack and keep going. Just thought I'd add that. This is our sweat lodge spot, and I just came in with the mower, and then we did a little ritual to bless the spot, and then we started laying it out. And basically to lay it out, we're building like a 6-7 person sitting sweat lodge, or 2 people, 3 people could come in and lay down in something about this size. 2. How I laid it out was I just stuck a stick in the center where I thought it needed to be. And then I found a stick that I thought was about right for measurements, and it turned out really good. And I came around and I just stuck a stick in everywhere, and then I moved the stick along. And then I would find the point where the stick and the string meet, and I'd put another one there. And so on and so forth, all the way around. And so we ended up with nice even spacing. And we're all the way back around, and to find east, I actually used a compass, turns out the east is dead this way. You look over there, you see the sun, that's dead west, and that's about where it's setting, so door facing to the east. Now, I should really have a fire out here in front to easily move the rocks into the fire pit, but because I've got my pine over here that I really like a lot, I'm not going to start a fire up here. I think it'll be bad on the roots. I just think I've got a fire pit right down there. It's really not that much trouble to move a rock up with a shovel. So we're going to start construction. These are the materials we brought over from the waterfall, and we're just going to start building. And I'll show you guys how it goes as we go along. Okay, I don't know how well you guys can see this, but basically all I've done is sharpen the ends of these 2 main uprights and stuck them into the ground. And then I bent them both over, and I have actually no real cordage in here. I am just weaving the branches together in any way that I see fit where they'll kind of bind up on one another. And I'm leaving everything attached until the very end, and then I'm going to go through and cut off anything that's on the inside that's going to be pokey or anything like that. But I see where I can use these to weave into the structure. Actually, I think both of these will keep going right on into the structure and give me some strength. And I'm really going to try and do this without cordage if I can. But if I have to, I've got some cotton twine I brought down. I want to use something natural for this. So this is the main upright, and it sits all on its own. And I only use my body weight to stick those in the ground. It's pretty well bound and kind of balanced with the 2 limbs on either side. So there we go. Okay, we've got 2 more uprights in, and we're still just weaving them together. So far, I've just been sticking them through the sort of knot that we started, and this isn't really tied in or anything at all. It's just sort of sitting there. But after we get the other 4 uprights in, we'll have a really solid dome once we start weaving all that together, and it's not going to come apart. And well, the relevance to this, outside of having just sort of a some ease and a place that's sacred in your life, this is a really great way to build a shelter in the woods with no cordage. If you just got a cutting tool, or you can break things over, use green stuff and just start weaving it together. This has taken my wife and I I guess we've been out here 45 minutes at this point and gotten all the materials together and started weaving everything together. I guess the layout probably took me about 15 minutes, and prepping the site took me about, total of about 15 minutes. So we're an hour and 15 minutes in, and we'll be done in another hour and 15 minutes. So figuring 5 hours, person by himself could build something like this that's going to keep him warm all night, and just kind of cool knowledge. I don't know. I needed something to do with the sticks. Wife wanted the sweat lodge. What do you do?
Action.
Okay, so we've got all our uprights in, and you can see we've got all these pieces to weave in across right here, but this is going to do nothing but tie the structure in a little better. And what I'm about to do right now is start at the bottom here and work my way up and get all the arcs in here that I want, right, and just keep weaving stuff on through all the way around until I get to the top. I may even just go in a spiral instead of doing rings. I'm not even sure. I think I like the spiral idea myself. So we're going to see what happens there, but no string. Pretty sturdy.
I'm filming. I have to do some editing on this one.
Here I am, just still really weaving stuff. Putting it together. Starting to try and put the final shape into it. Trying to find good places to lock these things off, kind of on themselves, and get these tops woven in really good. And I really am just twisting these branches sort of around themselves and back on top of themselves, so once it dries and the wood, stops being so green, it'll just hold that shape for the rest of the time that we got it. You might need to go and tie this one right here, or maybe even right here actually. That's what's flopping at, but I'm just starting to try and suck down all these top pieces into it. Still just kind of weaving it to go around. Say one or whatever. Okay, so this is basically the finished product without the hides or canvas or blankets or tarps or whatever it is you're planning on using over top of it. Got the hole dug in there, and we used, honestly, less than 10 feet of string. You can see there's a tie here, here. I think there's one over there, and one right here at the front. And outside of that, there's just no string involved in this. If I was in a more natural environment, I might have tried to pick stuff with maybe a thin branch like this coming off of right here, and then just wrap that around itself until I could get it to pin. And oh yeah, here's where I was showing Wanda grass thatch. Just kind of messing around. It's not like it's actually effective right there. Yeah, so we got our hole dug in it, and I don't know, we've been at this 3 hours tops from start to finish. So I'm figuring one person, 5-6 hours. Wasn't really that difficult. Not much to it. Just tried to use what I had on hand and clear out a space, and made another space. So 2 for 1 day. Anything else you think I should comment on about it? Alright, well, thanks for watching, you guys.